In this video I will show you how to create a top-down assembly, and basically in that assembly how you will connect one part to another. So if you take a reference from a parent part to some child part, so how you should take a reference I will show you here. So I am creating one part, new part inside the product. So in this part I will create one plate something structure, where I will put some shaft later. So I'm also going to give a hole for the shaft. Let's suppose 30 will be the diameter. Okay, so this is something kind of plate with a hole, and now I'm going to take another part. So I will double click over the product and again take a new part. Yes, then I will just double click on the part. Now I am in the workbench of part modeling workbench, and now I am working with the part 2. But now I want to create a shaft which should be exactly with the same diameter which the part 1 have, and whenever the part 1 is updated or some modifications is done, like the position of the hole will be changed or the dimension of the hole will be changed, at that time my part 2 should be automatically updated. So in that case I want to show you how to create publications and how to take references from a parent part to a children part. So now I am going again to the part 1. So double click on the part 1. Now part 1 is active. This orange selection area on the part 1 will also show you that part 1 is active now. I am creating a geometrical set, and now I am shifting to the surfacing workbench, and I will extract somewhere. So I will extract a surface, maybe this one or maybe the inner circular one. Whatever you need, you can extract that surface, or maybe a curve. Now this extract I want to be copy and paste inside the part 2, but it should be go through a particular way, and that is known as publication. So I want to publish this geometry, so extract one is now published, and if you see here, one more kind of component like a publication will come inside the tree of part 1. And if I press OK, it is there. Then I will click on the copy and double click on the part 2, means activating the part 2, and pasting special with link and press OK. So it's automatically creating a external reference geometrical set, and it's showing some surface 1 which is actually came from the part 1, and its geometry name is extract. So, and that P symbols, if you see here, that P symbols near to that surface shows that it comes from the publication. Okay, so this is the way generally we copy and paste the surfaces or the references or the curves, whatever we need, from a particular parent part to the children part. Now I will activate my part 1 once again and hide the complete geometrical set. Now I will double click on the part 2, and if I then hide and show this surface in the part 2, it shows me like only a single surface is in the shown state. Otherwise you will find that a double, like this previous extract, will also be visible here, and this surface one will also be visible here. And whenever you take some references, it might take from the extract one, and again this will create a problem to you, that not a particular way of working. So now I will hide my part 1, and this is the only surface, and I will start working here. So I will just make a sketch by just projecting the circle edges in that sketch and then moving out. I will hide this reference because I don't need it further, and then I will just move to the part modeling workbench and then pad. So this is my shaft. Now I will unhide my part 1. So I will just give them color, graphic properties, so yellow, and let's suppose the magenta color. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how this will work. So I will double click on the product one and update, so everything will be updated here. I will hide this axis. Okay, so I'm going here and changing the location and value, and then moving out. If you see here, still this thing is not updated. Okay, this part is still not updated because we have done a manual update mode. So I will just double click on the product. So I am in the product, and then I am clicking on the update. It will automatically update everything. Okay, so this is the way of working. Now if you see here, the diameter is changed, so it will be like 12.5, means I can say it is a 25 diameter. Earlier was it is 30 mm. So this is the way we generally do copy and paste and publishing the elements and making linking between the parts in assembly. Now the next thing I want to show you here is how to save them. Okay, so there is one option in CATIA which is known as save management. So I'm going to the save management. So no part is saved before, so everyone is the new part, and I'm going to save them first time. Okay, so only the product I will go as a save as, and give some locations somewhere like a documents or maybe the share locations. So after the save as, I have the option to save it here, so I'm saving it on the CATIA folder as a product one, and then click save. So you find that the action is taken as to be save, and save auto, save it auto action to be taken over the part 1 and the part 2. If it is not coming by default, the save auto, you can click on the propagate directory. In that case, you want intentionally to be save part 1 and part 2 in the same directory where the product 1 is going to be saved, and I will press OK. Now here you can see part 1, part 2 and product 1 is saved at this location. Let's suppose I want to change something in the part 2. So I want to create some chamfers at this location. Okay, with the values by value method. Okay, so something I have changed. Now if I go to the file management, basically the save management, you find that the status or the state for the part 2, which is my shaft, is as a modified and rest as a state as a open. So rest two things are not modified, only your part 2 is modified. Let's suppose sometimes it's happened that your assembly contains 10 parts and so many parts are shown as a modified, because sometimes if you hide and show a geometrical set in any part, it is shown as a like it is modified. But you definitely know that you have just worked on the part 2 and you want to save only the part 2. Then how you will do that? So I will show you, like I'm not going to do any CAD activity in the part 1, but what I will do, I will just hide the geometrical set. The software will detect that the file or the part 1 is also modified. So like you have seen, the part 1 is also modified, it's showing me, but actually I just hide the geometrical set over here. Basically I have mainly modified the part 2 because I have created a chamfer over there. So in that case I want to save it, and in that case I can click on the enable independent save. This means only part 2 is going to be saved, nothing else. Rest of the things will be the same as it is. So I will click on the save. So action is now decided as save for the part 2, and then press OK. It's showing some warning, you can start yes, OK. So only part 2 is saved now. Even you can see, like here, if I click on the date modified, you will find that part 2 is kind of 240, while the rest are for the same timing, 237 and the 237. And now if you want to close your file, you can click on the close. It's showing that one part is modified because I have touched the part 1 because I just hide the geometrical set. So do you want to proceed to the save management? No. Okay, or if you can go yes, yes as well, that's not a big issue. So there will be no impact on the part 1 file. So it's still 237. Now I will show you if I have a big assembly and I want to open it in the CATIA, so it takes too much time to load, and even that assembly which I am taking right now, it is not that much of big, but in industry you will find lots of big assemblies and we don't want to be loaded at once, because if it takes on loading it may take around 1 hour 2 hour to completely load the assembly. So what is the method to load the assembly very quickly in CATIA? In that case the memory consumption or the load on the memory is very less and your assembly can be loaded very fast. So now here you can see I have one assembly of a press tool. If I just click on the all the components, you will find like it's 26 components. I will check the properties. It's around 12 MB, so it's not a big assembly. But if you have a big assembly and your part size are around 50 MB, 100 MB, 200 MB, then it's really tough to load them at once. So basically now I'm trying to load it. So I just put it inside the CATIA. You will find that everything is loading one by one, and then it will come to the visualization. Okay, so now if I just go to the any component, you will find the history, the references by which it is made. You have seen this thing, that it is a plane which is came from some publications. If you want to check out from which part it came, I can select it and go to the edit and click the links. You will find the main link of that part. So the pointing document and the status is right now is okay. It means it is connected with that part and synchronized with that part and is completely updated. So this is the way you can see different kind of parts, publications, link with which part it is, everything will be there. So this is the pillar base here, and this is link from the pillar, basically bottom plate, upper plane. Okay, so this is the bottom plate, upper plane. Now I will show you the settings which we have to change. So we have to go to infrastructure and then product structure. By activating the cache management or in the cache management tab, if I just click on the work with the cache system, it will tell me like you have to restart your CATIA once, so that this kind of settings will affect when you restart your CATIA. You can give the cache size, like now what it is starting, it is making your part in some visualization mode. So when you want to load your assembly, you just load it in a visualization mode where every history, like history means the part history, basically you have seen like external references, part body, some ordered geometrical sets, some planes, some sketches, they are not visible, they will not load. Okay, so it will reduce your loading time and the load on the memory. Okay, so save levels to details in CGR. It will get some CGR files of your CATIA files. It will show a location where it is creating the CAT caches. Then we will move to the product structure and product visualization. So do not activate default shapes on open. Click this one in the representation and press OK. Now I will just close this one. So do you want to proceed? Yes, I just want to proceed. I want to close this one, and I will close my CATIA and restart it. Now I have restarted my CATIA, and again I am going to open that big assembly. Now you will see it will be open in fraction of second. Okay, so you will see like it is there, the tree is present there, but if you just click on the fit all in, nothing is there, no any geometry is loaded now. So if you see in the top assembly, the symbols of the product is changed right now and it's not showing any geometry. So what I can do here, if I want to a particular punch stylus like punch holder, something only one component, I can go to the presentation and then activate that node. So only that one is activated. If I click on the fit now, you will find that component is shown here. If I just expand this one, you will find nothing inside that one. It means it is loaded in visualization mode. Okay, if I just click on the surface, you will find like something different is there. Okay, the visualization mode is kind of a mode where the geometry is not completely loaded, but it is loaded in a visualization form of a CGR files. Now if I want that complete assembly to be loaded within a second, so what I will do, I will just click here and activate the terminal node. So either activate node for the particular component or for that activate terminal node for the whole model inside that product. So it will just make a visualization mode only. Okay, so I just click over there and this is the complete model. So if you have seen here that some window is open there and that's showing that CGRs are creating. Okay, and this is your model. If I just click somewhere else, if you again you find that it's something different. It's a visualization mode. Okay, now if you want to switch to the design mode where you want to design, so let's suppose I just want to change this, or I want to just add it inside this part only, or the springs, or maybe the punch holder. What I will do, I will just right click over it, and where we have the option as activate the terminal node, there itself I have an option design mode. So I will click on the design mode and then that particular part will be open in design mode, and if I expand this one, you will find each and every history inside that tree. So like this part is still in the visualization mode, and let's suppose I want it to be in the design mode. So I will do that one. I will show you first how to expand this one, and if I just expand this one in the visualization mode, nothing inside that one. Either I can double click over here, or I can right click and representation and design mode. So this is now in the design mode, and whatever the visualization kind of like I have is transparent the upper and the lower surface so that we can see the press tool from the top. So exactly your complete geometry is loaded now with the particular histories. So now you can edit it, modify it, and then go to the file save management and then use the enable independent save, because I am going to change this much only, rest of the part I am not going to change. So only that one I can save as a enable independent save. One more thing I want to show here is the sections. So like here in that assembly I can create sections, and also there is one option to export your sections as well. So if I just click over here, this is the export and open, only export as. So right now I am just clicking Right now I'm just going to save it as a here somewhere in the CATIA folder and name it as a section. So it will be as a section 1 to 3. I will just save it, press OK. You will find that section 1 to 3 will be saved as a part file, as a CATIA part file. Here you can see this is saved as a CATIA part file. If I just open this one in the CATIA, so you will find that this is having so many sketches, and these sketches are actually the sections of the press tool. So by this way you can export the section. Now I will show you like this punch holder, this part. Let's suppose it is not inside that folder, or it is missed by someone, some other designer or some other user. So what will happen? So I will just close this one and I will do some changes. So go to the file and search for punch holder. Yeah, so this is the punch holder file, and what I will do, I will just cut it and make a new folder here and paste it here. So now in this location, in the blank with the splitting die, at that location our part is missing. And let's suppose I am just opening my assembly, the main assembly, and we'll just go inside the here. You will find this thing kind of some broken. Okay, so that part is now means it's missing. If I just want to make it like activate terminal node, it's nothing will happen with that because that part is missing, file not found. So what I will do, I will just right click and replace the component, and then it will show me the directory. I will click select from that directories, and yes, do you want to replace the all instances of the selected element? Yes, means if I just use that element at multiple locations, it will be replaced by this one. If now click OK, you will find now it's working fine. And if I just fit it all, or maybe just click to the activate terminal node, so it is here. Okay, now it's in the design mode as well. So this is the way you can replace the component when it's showing some broken between these things. Like if you find some broken links in the external references, so like right now if you see here some question mark symbol is there. If I just select here and click on the links, you will find the pointing document is dss.cat part. So dss.cat part is the part or the parent part from which that punch base plane is linked, and that part is not loaded in the session, means I have not activated it, or I have not made that part in the design mode. So I will just click from here as well, load it. Now it's loaded and it's showing OK. So whatever the link came from that part is now, you will see here in the green symbols at the lower end, and rest of the parts is still like the red one because they are from some other parts. Okay, and let's suppose your punch base plane is just not having a link with the main part. In that case, what you can do, you can go to the part from where it should come and take the component from the publication, copy it, paste it here special as a with the link, and then the broken part or the broken plane you can just replace. Click over here as a replace, so you can click here replace on the broken one, and whatever the new you have created you can click on the another one and press OK. So that is the case if your plane get disconnected, or basically the link between the parent and this child part is broken, you can do that one as well.